You are not just a supporting role in someone else's story. You're the main character of your own life. But what does that really mean? It's not about being dramatic, self-absorbed, or living in your own little fantasy world. It's about living with intention, confidence, and overall just being happy generally with your own life. So in today's video, we're diving into how you can romanticize your life and fully step into your main character era starting right now. First of all, we need to look at what does it actually mean to be the main character. Let's break the cliche. In this year of 2025, I think people are really starting to forget the real meaning of being the main character in your own life, and people are thinking it more of a look at me statement and everybody needs to focus on me, like I'm the center of attention, when it really isn't about that. It's about somebody genuinely enjoying their life, being excited and putting themselves first. Being the main character isn't about being perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's more about just being and owning who you truly are. It means you don't wait for somebody's permission to feel happy or confident. It means you stop seeing your life as something that's just happening to you and start living your life like it's a story you're writing every single day. So I want you to ask yourself, if somebody was making a story about your life right now, would you be proud of how it's unfolding? Just being able to break that cliche of thinking it's attention seeking or things like that, being the main character, and starting to actually realize that it's more about being intentional with the things that you do in your life each and every single day is really going to help you to understand what it actually means to be the main character in your own life. So now that we have a good understanding of what it means to actually be the main character in your own life, we need to start thinking about ways that you can romanticize each and every little part of your day-to-day life. At this point, you're probably thinking, okay then, how am I supposed to actually romanticize my day-to-day life? And this is what this next section is going to be about. The art of romanticizing your life. Romanticizing your life means seeing the beauty in the small, mundane, ordinary things. It's turning just a walk into a full-on scene. It's going to the coffee shop to read a book like that scene in your favorite movie. It's dressing up just because. It's being present enough to find meaning in each and every one of those small moments. So here are some practical ways you can start implementing this in your own life. Create your mornings. So maybe it's you making your favorite morning drink in your favorite mug. Listening to a podcast whilst you're doing your makeup routine in the morning. Maybe it's something inspiring to get your day like really kick-started. Or maybe you can just open the windows as soon as you wake up to get the fresh air in, hear the birds chirping, and just start your day on a really, really positive note. Maybe another way you want to romanticize your life is by documenting your life. And no, I don't mean via Instagram stories or Snapchat or anything like that. I mean truly just for you. These memories that you'll capture over a period of time will be your own little visual digital journal. Maybe you even turn it into a physical journal, and at the end of the year it's something that you could look back on. You can even do this by making your mundane everyday tasks a little bit more aesthetic. Maybe you decide to clean the kitchen or clean the house, apartment, whilst blasting music so it's more of an enjoyable experience for you. Or maybe it's turning your skincare routine into more of a little ritual. And when I say that, I mean like maybe you decide to light some candles, set the mood, like a dimmer tone. And all of these little things, you have your favorite little headband that you want to use when you actually do your skincare so that you see it as an enjoyable activity and you look forward to it rather than a chore. And another way you can romanticize your life is by celebrating the little wins and the small wins in your life. For example, cleaned your room, okay, great. Maybe you have that little sweet drink, or maybe you have that glass of wine at the end of the day. Maybe you stood up for yourself in the day. That's something you don't usually do, and that's a win for you. Amazing main character moment. Something that I've personally been doing more recently since I'm getting more into reading books is to enhance my experience. I've been going into YouTube and typing in whatever genre book I'm reading and then putting the word ambiance at the end of it, and you would be really surprised by how many different genre of book ambiance sequences there are, and they really get you into the mood. They kind of like enhance the whole reading experience. You really feel like you're in that particular space, whatever the genre is. And again, it's just like another way to romanticize the small things in life. In particular, for my ACOTAR girlies, I'm currently in the midst of reading the series, but if you type in the different court names and ambiance at the end, it literally has the different court ambiances along with insane crazy visuals. So I know that even to like elevate that experience one more tier, you can actually, if you have a projector, you can project the visuals onto like your wall or whatever and really feel like you're in the night court, or if you're in the spring court, it puts you right there, and it's such a great way to kind of like elevate your experience. And it's an example of ways that you can elevate and enhance even your hobbies that you like. Now that we've discussed how you can actually romanticize your life with some examples of little things that you do every single day that can be enhanced, we now need to think about developing that main character confidence and ways that you can feel comfortable and confident embracing that main character energy. Confidence doesn't come from thinking that you're better than others. Confidence comes from believing that you're just as worthy, just as you are. And the good news is confidence is built, you're not born with it. So this is what we're gonna work on in this part of the video. So the first way that you can build confidence is to talk to yourself like someone you love. I'm sure you would stop your friends, family, or loved ones right in their tracks if they were talking negatively about themselves. So you need to take that same approach with yourself. The voice in your head sets the tone for your entire life. When I was younger, I used to be super negative. My thought process was negative. I was always making very negative, self-deprecating jokes and always thinking about the worst case scenario instead of the best case scenario. Eventually, it does have an effect on your life, and your life will start to actually mirror the negative things that you are saying. So if you think that's you need to make that change today and flip the script. The second way to build your main character confidence is by moving your body. Now, we're not punishing our bodies by any means. I'm talking things like dancing, stretching, walking, lifting, whatever it is that you like to do, but just making sure that you have a focus around energy with your body. It's true what you've heard about endorphins and exercising, that really good mental state that you're feeling after you're exercising always happens. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I started out by just doing walks around my local residential area. It really wasn't anything crazy. I just made sure to make a priority that I did 30 minutes of walking a day. That's all I did, dedicated 30 minutes, which was easily done. I just came in from work, headed straight out, did my walk, done. I've committed to myself and I've kept that promise to myself. I really enjoyed it and I really liked the feeling that I was getting after the consistency. So now I run, and that's something that I've just started doing in the past month or so, and I really enjoy it. So again, it's just about having that energy and moving your body so that you get those endorphins, and again you feel that release, and in turn it will also really build that confidence within yourself. Now, something that I just mentioned in terms of keeping promises to yourself is going to be a key part of step 3 to building that main character confidence. Now, trust me when I say your confidence will absolutely skyrocket when you prove to yourself that you can trust you. Linking to the previous point that I was making, if you said, right, I'm gonna do a walk after work, make sure you stick to it. You need to show up for yourself and create that pattern of reliability. And last but not least, our 5th point to building up that main character confidence is dressing the part. What I mean by that is wearing whatever makes you feel the most confident, the most powerful. Not what trends say you have to wear, or fitting in with the norm and whatever's trendy right in this moment. If you want to wear a camo top, or if you want to wear some like flowy, like more hippie pants, or if you want to wear some sandals and that makes you feel confident and comfy, whatever it is that makes you feel your best self and makes you radiate confidence, wear it, dress the part. If you feel it and you embody it and you look it, the likelihood and how that works with your brain is that you are going to naturally radiate a lot more confidence than you usually do in something you don't feel comfortable in. Main character confidence looks different for everybody. For some, it's more quiet self-assurance, and for others, it's bold expression. The main key is that it comes from the inside out. So we've talked so far about what it means to be the main character, ways that you can romanticize your everyday life, and what it means to be confident as a main character. To solidify this more mentally for you and so that you feel confident in the person that you want to be, this next section is really going to help with that. Romanticizing your life and being the main character isn't just all about aesthetics. It's about aligning with your true self. So I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. What do I love? What makes me feel alive? And what do I want more of? Once you've answered these 3 questions and had a real think about them, you'll then be able to start adding small doses of this into your everyday life. The first time I asked myself these questions a few years ago, I did think it was a little strange that I'd actually never thought about this before. But you should, we should. You need to learn yourself and what you like and what you don't like. Once you've done that, you can then start to build your story around these themes: freedom, joy, and growth. With freedom, you want to think about how you can give yourself more freedom. What are ways in your life where you can be a little bit more free? With joy, you want to think about how can you add more pleasure, fun, or lightheartedness into your life. Maybe you really enjoy drawing, or maybe you really enjoy going out and doing salsa dancing classes. I don't know, but if that's something that you feel brings you a lot of joy, fun, creativeness, just a little bit more lightheartedness into your life, then think about implementing it into your day-to-day routine or how you could do that. And with growth, you want to think about what's the next chapter you're writing in your life. What is this next step in your life looking like? What do you envision for it? Really truly think, because sometimes I feel like life just gets away with us sometimes and we fall into our day-to-day habits, which is fine. Life happens, it really does, but sometimes you need a little bit of a wake-up call to be like, wait, is what I'm doing what I truly want to do? Or is there things that I could just add to spice up my life and make it a little bit more enjoyable for me? Because realistically, who wants to live a life that they're not enjoying? There are small ways. It doesn't have to be extravagant. We don't have to be quitting our jobs. You can add little small things in your life to make it more enjoyable and make it more of a life that you are proud of and happy of. Here's the truth. Becoming the main character does not by any means mean that you won't feel insecure, lost, or messy at certain periods of your lifetime, but it does mean that you'll be able to carry yourself through these moments with grace. You'll make peace with your imperfections. You'll learn to just pause and say, even now in this moment when I'm feeling really low, I'm still worthy of love and I'm still worthy of nice and great things. Even now in the midst of chaos, whatever's happening in life, that you may feel, oh, I don't have a grip, I don't have a hold on this right now. Even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty, I am powerful. I'm still powerful in this moment and I'm still able to move through this with grace. When you treat your life like it matters, it will truly start to feel that way because you're choosing yourself. And when you decide to actually choose yourself every day in small ways, your whole world will shift and change for the better. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience, like I mentioned, for years on end. Throughout my whole university time and a little bit after that, after I was 21, I was so negative, and it was creating this spiral that then I thought, I'm not worthy of this then, and this just keeps happening, so I'm never gonna get this, and I'm never gonna have this life. And as soon as I clocked it, somebody was like, Tyler, do you realize that you speak really negatively about yourself consistently? It did make me think, whoa, if other people are feeling like that and like actually broaching it with me, maybe I need to have a look inwards. And as soon as I did that and started making the changes that I've mentioned in this video today, my whole world did shift. Like the mental space of it all is like 70-80% of it. Once you have that mental clarity on your confidence within yourself, knowing that you're worthy, knowing that even when things are rough, you can carry yourself through it, and having that self-belief and self-reliance and self-assurance, honestly, everything will change. You will have to become the main character because you believe you are. So if you've been waiting for a sign to step into your main character era, this is it. Start small, light that candle, take that walk, or just start saying yes to yourself more often and watch your life start to feel like a story you're proud of telling. But I'd like to know, what's one way that you're gonna romanticize your life this week? Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. I post every week, so I will see you guys in the next video.